to the Deep Thoughts Podcast, episode 12, aka
Cheaper
the
by the
Lonely
dozen.
Boys Podcast. Yeah, Cheaper by the dozen. It's actually, oh man, that's a movie we could talk about. There we go, right off the bat.
God, it's been so long since I've seen that, but Steve Martin is such a treasure.
Oh my gosh, that movie's good too. Like,
Didn't
I
they
don't
make?
know, it's just
How many did they make of those? Like 3?
just two, I
Oh.
think. There might be a third somewhere out there. Yeah, I guess we're jumping right in.
Great
Oh,
opening
first,
topic.
first off, I would like to apologize to our audience for being away for about 2.5 weeks.
I know. I'd be surprised if anybody tuned in due to how much they hate us now.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty much just us talking and then us listening now, but whatever.
No, well,
It's okay.
I don't know what's going on with SoundCloud, but we randomly get certain days on random episodes we'll get like exactly 50 listens randomly in one day. That's happened like 5 times. It happened like this week, Blake.
They're just a group of 50 people that
I don't understand what's going on, but yeah, so
they
like
just sit in a room together and they decide one podcast just to all listen to at the same time.
pretty much. So like episode 8
Cool.
is at like 120 listens because it just randomly got 250 listen
Really?
chunks. Yeah, it's at like
I didn't
115
know
or
if you got
something.
past 100.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I'm gonna check.
Well, our SoundCloud listens total altogether is at like 499. So we're almost
Whoa,
at 500 listens.
almost the 500. Well, we're gonna get it after this one because I'm damn as hell listening to this podcast.
At least another 500 times. Let's just
Yeah,
get it to
but-
1,000. We're gonna be
Once we
spiking our
get
numbers,
to
Blake.
episode, we just need to get to episode 1,000, then we'll have 1,000 views. There we go.
Right.
Everything's good.
So you can't. The view count never decreases if I just keep putting out content.
Yeah, exactly. So right, apologies to me, pardon, and welcome back. I'm not in the same room as Zach this time.
I know
Unfortunately.
we're joining this like decade and trying to record on Discord instead of Skype because Skype is broken right now.
Yep. So if the audio's not very good, then fuck off. So there you
Well,
go.
I'm using an actual microphone this time, so hopefully it ends up better. I was using my my laptop mic apparently on accident. This like the last 3 times we recorded the online episodes. I thought it was recording through my headset mic, which is far better, but no, it was just recording through the shitty laptop mic that's built in.
Oh jeez, I didn't even know that. Yeah, I guess you do sound a lot louder, I guess. I think. So hopefully it shows up in the recording.
Yeah, hopefully so, because my audio is just straight garbage in there. You can barely understand what I'm saying, and your audio is like 10 times as loud, and I don't know, I'm not technically inept, or like I'm too inept on Sony Vegas to like adjust audio separately. I don't even know how people do that, so I don't know how to fix it. I just know how to
it's
control the entire audio line. I didn't know how to like split ours into separate ones.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Nobody really listens to you anyways. They just come from me.
No, apparently 113 people did that one, and that was an online episode.
Yeah, I guess so. But all right, enough of the boring stuff. Let's get into Cheaper by the Dozen. Now that you mention it, that wasn't on my list of topics, and I'm sure it wasn't on the list of yours. But here
Well,
we go.
I'll be honest, like I don't remember anything about that movie, so you might have to
You don't
carry
remember
this.
anything?
The
All
last
right.
time I watched it was when I was like 8, probably. So it's been a while.
I watched it in my 8th grade art class. I think like multiple days in a row.
What a
'cause my
weird
teacher
class
loved
to watch that movie in.
Yeah, it was quite the experience. So, Cheaper by the Dozen is about Steve Martin, who has 12 kids, most of them are accidents, which is kind of kooky. And then Ashton Kutcher is in the
Apparently,
movie.
Steve Martin doesn't know how to wrap it up.
Steve Martin's quite the raw dog. But oh my gosh, who's the wife in that? It's the girl who voices Sally in Cars. It all comes full circle.
Wasn't
What's
she
her
in like
name?
Christmas Vacation or something too?
I don't know.
It starts with a B, I think. I don't remember though.
Who cares? So Steve Martin fucks Sally. They have 12 kids.
He fucks the
Then,
muffler of the car's car.
I'd pay to see that movie. But
I'm sure it's
so
online
basically
somewhere.
12 kids. Yeah, 12 kids. That's the reasoning for the dozen. Cheaper by the dozen. I don't understand the cheaper.
Oh, Bonnie
but
Hunt.
it kinda rolls.
That's her name.
Bonnie Hunt. There you go. Okay, got that. We got that.
Yeah, I knew it started with a B.
So basically, the whole movie is just about kind of their shenanigans as a family of 12 kids, and basically the whole big thing that happens, I think, is that one of the kids runs away because he feels neglected. He's like the nerdy kid, and then he runs away because his family hates him, and then they find him, and they're like, "Oh, we don't hate you, we love you." He's like, "Oh, thanks, guys," and he wipes the tears off his glasses.
Yeah,
That's pretty much the only thing in the movie.
I can read the synopsis if you want.
No, it's fine. That wasn't supposed to be a topic. This is just a kind of ease in to get us warmed up after 2.5 weeks on hiatus.
Yeah.
So, all right, I cracked my knuckles. I'm ready to go.
All right,
down to the real deep dives.
What was one of your topics, Mike?
All right. Well, I had a story, but I guess that's like the only. Okay, I got a story that I could talk about.
Okay.
And okay, so basically, last semester it was Springfest here at WSU, and Springfest is a big 2-day concert where they bring in a bunch of local artists and sometimes big rappers, I guess. So the biggest person they had this year was Playboi Carti, who I'm not a huge fan of, but he's a pretty big name. They also had like Billie Eilish and Travis Thompson, who I really liked. But Playboi Carti was like the big name. So the first night I went with my buddy Dylan, and like I didn't drink that much because I had to work the next day. You know, I kind of just chilled, relaxed, and hung out in the audience. It was nice. And then the second night I didn't work, and it was like a Saturday night, and I was just planning on just getting just completely trashed, and that is what I did. Yeah, so I just got super drunk, and then I went to the concert, me and my friend Dylan, and we got pretty close to the stage. I don't know how, because we got there pretty late, and so we got there, and then I remember this Griffin was supposed to be playing, if you've ever heard of him, but he's a DJ, and I didn't know that. I thought he was like a rapper. So I remember just
know about him.
Yeah, he's just like some local guy, but I remember standing there kind of just dancing to the music or whatever, to the beats. And then I remember the whole next day, this is like far ahead, but like I asked Dylan, I was like, when did Griffin play? He was like, no, he was the DJ going like the whole time. And I was like, I did not know that. Like,
oh, Blake, I think you cut out or something.
out, and then like I was just in pretty close to the stage, but he was just, I remember he was like doing his songs or whatever, and I was just like, you know, drunk dancing, just like going along with it, just not having no idea where I was. I just, the most sobering moment of my life was when I heard Playboi Carti yell "mosh pit," and I was like, oh fuck. And so everyone just started just shoving each other, and so I basically just stood there, just like both my legs just in like a squatting position, and just flexing all my muscles, just trying not to like fall over
position and play dead.
Exactly. Well, I was like, okay, if I fall over, I'm gonna get trampled to death, and I was like, I do not want to die at an outdoor Playboi Carti concert. So I was just standing there and just trying to hold the people around me up, because there's like a bunch of like girls.
It's like
next
standing
to me,
in a subway
like,
in Seattle, right?
Exactly, but that's a pretty close that was. But and there's like a couple of girls next to me, and I was like, okay, like if they fall, they're gonna die too. So I was like, I gotta protect us. So I was basically just holding up my arms, like my forearm, their backs, and I was like, you're not coming onto me. And if you fall, you know, I'll try to save you, but I have no promises. So basically that was happening, and I feel like it went for at least 20 to 30 minutes of me just full on just
that
trying
long,
not to fall,
did it just
keeping
feel
my
like
balance. I think it did. Like it honestly
shit.
went for a while, and then I remember I was just so drunk, I was just so out of it. And then I remember my friend Dylan, he like grabbed me, because it was Dylan, who I'm really good friends with, and a bunch of his random friends.
Yeah.
And I didn't even see any of his other friends. It was just Dylan, and he came over to me and just grabbed me. He's like, Blake, we're going. And I was like, okay. So he like pulled me out of the crowd, and I was like, what the fuck happened? And he was like, I don't know, that was fucking awful. And I was like, yeah, like that wasn't very fun. And so he started just walking back.
I thought I trusted you.
Exactly. So we started walking back to go to like one of his friends' houses to drink, and then I bought like a $5 hot dog with everything on it, and it spilled all over my sweatshirt, and I was just covered in like mustard and ketchup, and I didn't even notice until like the next day. It's pretty gross, but yeah. So that was the time I went into a mosh pit. It was I was really sore the next day too. Yeah, I survived.
I almost died.
Playboi Carti almost killed me. Yeah.
Rap kills.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, that was a pretty wild night.
One thing that that happened to me today was, do you do Snapchat streaks at all?
I I did one with my friend Matt, and we got up to 210, and I told him we were gonna do it. Like I wanted to do it for at least 365, like a whole year. And then we got to 200, and he's like, "I don't really want to do this anymore. Can we just stop?" And I was like, "No, we got to get to a year." And it was just like not a real Snapchat streak. It's just streak, like send a picture of that every day.
Yeah.
And then we got to 210, and I like sent him a picture, and then he just never opened it, never responded. And then the next day, I just see a Snapchat from him, and I open it. It says sorry, and I'm just like, no. And then I close it, and then it just says it doesn't say the streak, and I was so hurt. It really hurt me. And then I've never streaked ever again.
Okay.
I only did it ironically, but
Because I only have 2 streaks going on, and one of them was with my friend Sean, who is going to school right now, but he lives in the house I live in during like summer or whatever. And we have a streak going that's like at like 175 days or whatever. And I have one other one with my sister that's kind of new. But anyway, the one. The one with Sean.
nice to have with your family members.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one I have with Sean, we Snapchat each other at like the same time, like every day. But this morning, for some reason, it was gone, and I was like, "What the hell?" And I sent him a message. I was like, "What happened to it?" He's like, "I don't know." And he sent me a message saying you can like report it to Snapchat and like get it back.
Yeah.
And so I never felt like the douchiest person ever when I was going on Snapchat to file a formal complaint that my Snapchat streak had ended. And there's like a questionnaire that you have to fill out. It says like, what phone was this on, your account name, your friend's account name, and then they have like a text box. It's like, give us a description of what happened. And I said, we Snapchat every day, and now it's gone. That was my description. And they asked a question that says, how long was the streak? I just guessed. I thought it was at like 169, but I guess it was at 174. And then like a few hours later, it ended up being back there. And I was like, okay, that was like the most first world problem I've ever experienced in my life, was having my Snapchat streak end and filing a complaint.
Jeez, that just hurts. That just hurts just trying to listen to that. Just like, because like I had one of those type of moments yesterday actually about becoming a douche, because I went shopping. And I had to buy jeans. So I bought the regular, just like they're called like straight jeans,
straight old Levi's.
I know. I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, like not gay jeans. I'm getting straight jeans. But yeah. And so I got the straight jeans, and like I tried them on. They fit good. Like it's the usual jeans I get. So I got them, and I was like, nice. But there was a buy one get one 50% off, and I was like, oh hell yeah. And so then I was looking at the skinny jeans, and I was like, I kind of want something that's like not super just like slack, like a ton of slack.
Well, you want slim, but you probably don't want skinny.
Yeah, but I grabbed the skinny jeans and I tried them on, and I was like, those don't look too bad. And I just felt awful because I was like, I think I can pull these off.
But you don't want to go through like the public test of walking around with them and just like being self-conscious about it. Wear them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wear them to like a friend's house and be like, "Hey, what's up?" Like, how do these?
Just do like random stretching poses on their couch, like what you see, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Except I sent a Snapchat to 3 of my friends to be the judges. I sent it to Mason, Chase, and then TJ's girlfriend Alexis.
Yeah.
And then Chase said, "I don't usually wear skinny jeans, but you look great as always," with a little heart. And I'm like, well, that means nothing to me.
Yeah, that's basically just a non-comment.
Exactly. And then Mason said, "Yeah, dude, you got to show off that roll of quarters." And I was like, that also means nothing. Thanks for that. And then Alexis didn't even Snapchat me back till like a couple hours later, and she was like, "Did you buy them?" I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Okay, like put them on and send me another picture." So I tried them on and then took a picture. Yeah, I bought them. It was 50% off. I had to. And so I bought them. And then I took a picture and sent it to her, and she was like, eh. I was like, oh, damn it, that's not very good. But
you should post that on our podcast Instagram and let the public decide.
I should just post just the douchiest pictures of me on our Instagram. That'd be so funny.
Yeah.
Just like all of it. It's just like, call it like Douche Wednesday or something.
And then the next post, it's like, #blessed is just like you reading to like a bunch of children. Do whatever I can to make every day great.
I think it'd be funny if like, I just thought if you just go to a gym where everybody's in workout clothes and you just dress in like just nice skinny jeans and like a nice sweatshirt, and just take like a mirror, like full body mirror pic while everybody's just working out next to you.
And then just leave.
Yeah, and then leave, just get out of
I saw there was one time I went to the gym and there was like one guy working out in jeans. I didn't know how to feel about it.
Oh man, that's the worst. I always see people like working out in cargo shorts, and I'm just like, for some reason, my head goes straight to like, you're not getting a real workout if you're wearing cargo
Yeah, I'm
shorts.
like, do you know where you are right now?
Yeah, but then in reality, it doesn't even make a difference. It's just like weird to see.
Well, it's just
Like,
making it harder on
hinder your
yourself for no
ability to-
reason.
I mean, I guess like if you're running,
Well,
but
it's not
like,
gonna be comfortable if you're running in cargo shorts and like Vans.
like if you're just if you're just like lifting weights, like I don't think cargo shorts are really gonna make a
Nah, not
difference.
really.
I don't know. Who am I to judge? What do I know?
Yeah, they're just trying to better themselves.
Yeah, fuck them. But yeah, so another interesting story I could talk about is because basically I'm just trying to think of a lot of drunk stories I've had, because I don't think I've talked about me being intoxicated on this podcast because I was afraid my
Yeah, good time to
future
start.
employer will hear it. Yeah, exactly. So there was one, I don't think I ever told you this, but it was at one of the first parties I ever went to here in college, and like frat parties are I think are stupid, but I was at one and I got super drunk and I was just dancing, and like sometimes when I drink I get like super affectionate.
Yeah.
And so
that's the
I
same with
texted
me
it.
too. I have kind of like another small
Yeah.
sides thing to say after you're done about that.
Okay, well, but mostly like affectionate is mostly like it's not like in person. It's more just like I just want to text my friends like how much I miss them and
Yeah,
love them.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
like in real life, I'm just like I'm not gonna like I don't know go up to a girl or anything if I'm or I don't know. I don't
I'm
wanna
not
talk
gonna go
about
talk to a girl if I'm sober. What am I, crazy?
that. Well, yeah, nuts. But so basically, I was just super drunk, and so I was trying to text Brady through Snapchat saying like oh my gosh, because he was studying abroad, and I was like, oh, I miss you. I wish we could be partying together. Or I think I said something like, I wish you were here. I love you, or something. And I sent that to Brady, but it turns out I sent it to a girl that I knew in high school, and I could say her name if you want to cut it out. I don't know if
You
you
can
want to
just
do the
text it to
editing.
me later.
Okay, I'll text you right now.
Yeah.
But basically, so I snapped at her and just said, "I wish you were here. I love you." And then she sent me like just a picture of like just like a selfie of her. I think she was like partying too somewhere. I don't know. She doesn't seem like a partier though. But she sent that back to me, and then I didn't realize until the next morning, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And so okay, I'm sending you the name right now. But so I
Sorry, I
sent
just
that
sent that to my
and then
mom.
well, like the next day I was like, hey, I meant to send that to my brother, like sorry like for any confusion. She was like LOL, like yeah, like I didn't assume it's for me. And I was like, oh, okay, good. It was weird. She's
It'd be more
engaged
awkward
now.
if like if it was a picture of you naked.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant to send that to my brother.
that was for our family portraits.
Yeah. The Christmas card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What do you
yours
gotta-
so your kind of drunkenness is just like over text, is not really in person.
I have a lot of stages of me being drunk. So basically, how I see it is, and how I've been told, I guess. How I see
Yeah,
it is
you don't
that
remember. It's what you've been told.
well, after one or two drinks, I feel like I'm at like peak Blake, to where like I feel like I'm cracking good jokes. Like I can just walk up to anybody and like I should just
Yeah,
be myself. And
you
just...
you get your confidence basically. Like
Exactly, and
You don't really
it feels
care,
like
yeah.
everybody.
I'm
I'm
kind of the
slowly-
same way.
Yeah, I'm slowly gaining sober confidence, but we'll see. But basically, I'm at like peak confidence, peak Blake, where I can just go up to anybody and like start a conversation, have fun, and then a couple more drinks, I start getting really loud, to where I just want to be. I don't really want to be the center of attention, I guess, but I just
Noticed.
want to. I like force myself to be funny,
Yeah.
to where I'm just going crazy, which I still think I think the people that I usually drink with like that, they're like, oh yeah, drunk Blake.
I've
and
never
then the
seen
later-
you drunk.
I
Though.
did-
I will say that I've never seen you actually drunk.
Well, very very soon, Zach.
Well, because I know we
Well,
were drinking at like our fantasy draft, but neither of us really got like drunk. I think we were just a little buzzed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to stay focused for the draft.
Yeah, you're the
uh,
commish.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, so yeah, basically, so after a couple more drinks, I just get really loud, and then a couple more drinks, I apparently get mean, but it's like a jokingly mean, to where like
Great.
I always say jokes to like kind of
At
like
other
make
people's
fun
expense.
of people, but like yeah, but like it's always like lighthearted. Like I do
Yeah.
that when I'm sober too, just like just like hey, fuck you, dude. That's like a joke, but.
Oh, Blake, you cut out a little bit again.
It's like
Blake,
fuck
you
you
just cut
nerd,
out
or I
for a
just say
couple seconds.
oh shit. But yeah, so basically when what was I gonna say?
You were saying you get
Yeah,
mean,
so
and you were doing
yeah,
like
I
mean,
get
like
mean.
yeah.
And basically it gets like more and more personal to where I just like I don't know, I start making fun of just like personal stuff about people, and they're like, geez, that was mean. And I'm like fuck off, like it was like you're being pussy.
Fuck you.
But like but like apparently I get mean, and then after that it's pretty much just downhill. And then somewhere like around there like in the mix I start dancing, and I think my
Even
dancing's
if
not too
there's no
bad.
music
Dr.
on.
Oz seems to like it. No, there's always music. But like I think my dancing's not bad, but then I see videos of it and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I never want to dance again because it's just really embarrassing. I like arch my back and it's just really
My
gross.
dream's ruined.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, go on. What you gonna say?
Oh
Drunk
yeah,
stuff.
so basically I do like the messaging thing of like really close friends sometimes, and I think I did that to Sean last time too. I was like, when are you coming back for winter break? Like asking him like when exactly he's coming back for like when we can hang out or whatever. And then there was one time
Yeah.
where I think we had multiple people over. I think Sean was there too, and like his friend Colby, which you know too, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just like took too many shots of something way too fast, and I was like, "Whoa!" You get that feeling. And
Oh yeah.
we had one of our other friends over who was like a coworker, and I was just like getting a lot louder and more comfortable, like you were kind of saying you do. And basically, she got into like a new relationship, and apparently she told me the next day that like during the night like 15 times I said I really hope you're happy in your new relationship, and I said that like 15 times throughout the night, and I was like, oh okay,
Nice.
that's totally random. And then like I remember that person leaving, and then I just like woke up.
Jeez.
Yeah, I
Yeah, it's
totally
always
blacked
weird.
out.
Like, damn, I haven't blacked out in a long time. To where
That
I
was the
literally
only
just
time I
don't-
ever have, and I woke up in my bed with just a t-shirt on.
Oh my gosh.
But no, like my shorts were like in my room and stuff. Like I think I just like got really hot or something and just took them off and then just like crashed in my bed.
Huh. Yeah, I feel like
It's like, wow,
I don't
right.
really black out, but I always brown out though, like to where you just like you know what it's basically like you're drinking, and then all of a sudden you kind of like you doze off for like a couple minutes, and then you kind of just like wake up and you're just like back in your body, and you just like how did I get to this point?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
do you ever have that?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I
I
get
kind
that
of
all
got
the
that one
time.
time where I'm like, okay, where like I regain almost like consciousness of like, okay, I'm in the living room right now. I am like looking left and right. I know I'm like moving
Yeah.
my hands right now. I'm like totally aware, and then I'm just like, I just can't control my body. That's kind of like how mine is.
Damn. Yeah, like because I remember for some reason whenever I brown out, apparently I'm just really good
I've never
at
heard
just,
that
like,
term before though. Brown out.
oh really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. But so basically, apparently I'm just really good at like I don't know good like because I don't know what I do, but whenever I brown out, I always like because one time I browned out, I was like dancing, and then I kind of just like woke back up, and I was just like dancing with a girl, and I was like, what the hell? I was like, who are you? And it was just super weird, and so I just like kept dancing and didn't know what to do. And then another time I remember I like browned out, and then I kind of woke up because I like fell asleep on the couch,
Yeah.
and apparently Dylan was there too, and like I think that might have been the same night actually. Yeah, I think it was. But I browned out and I fell asleep on the couch of just some random guy's house, and like Dylan was trying to find me, and it was like 3 a.m.
Oh,
And
really?
finally I found
That's
him. He's
scary.
like, yeah. Well, like there was a ton of people there, and like
Oh.
it was like Dylan's friend. It wasn't some random guy's
Yeah,
house.
I
But, like,
thought that's what I thought you were saying, like someone that you barely knew, but you went
No,
to a party
no.
and then just like crashed in their house somewhere in Pullman.
oh no, I kind of just like dozed off. Like there were still like a ton of people there. It was just
Yeah.
like I was just super. So, anyways, then I found Dylan. He was like, "Yeah, like I walked by you. You were talking to this girl for like a really long time," and I was like, "When the fuck did this happen?" Like I just like I don't remember. So that's really weird. I don't get it. I just lose all inhibition.
Yeah, because I know, like, I think, because I'm friends with Chase on Snapchat now, and he was like posting pics on like Saturday, and he has like the worst camera I've ever seen. It was just like the foggiest
yeah.
pictures ever of just like you guys partying, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw.
There's a
some
picture of you
pictures.
on there too. It was like, this man's single, like hit him up or whatever.
Yeah, it was a weird night. But Yeah, this weekend I'll probably be coming back though, so maybe Friday night or Saturday night. I'm trying to get Mason or somebody to have a Halloween party this weekend.
Oh yeah, because
So
I'm off this weekend, so
okay, sick. Yeah,
yeah,
so if I hear anything, I'll let you know because that'd be sick.
perfect.
Yeah, well, there you
And
go.
if you fans out there, come on down to this event.
If you'd like to email us your application to come to this party,
Yeah,
feel free to send it in.
or just talk to us, please. Please, someone talk
Yeah,
to us.
please, please. Yeah, we have a PO box. If you want to send us fan mail, fan art.
I should open up a PO box and just never open it ever. Seems like,
I should post on our Instagram, or I should post more pictures of us like when we were younger or something.
yeah, that would be kind of
We
fun.
need this weekend. We need to get a picture of you and me, just like I don't know, do like a glow up.
Yeah, because we
Fun.
got one on like Silverwood that was like just an advertisement for our wristbands that we give away for free to our
Yeah,
friends.
exactly. It's technically, but yeah, I don't know. They're pretty fun. Also, speaking of friends, our good buddies Mason and Chase have created a podcast to try to add competition to us. They're trying to
Yeah, they
steal our
only made
listeners.
it to have competition to us.
Exactly. They heard our podcast and thought, they could do better, so they made one. But
I want them.
yeah.
I want us to like sponsor each other's podcast. So like they sponsor us and then we
That's
sponsor
actually a
them.
good idea.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I definitely want them to come onto the podcast eventually because like our podcast is like to where you can literally just talk about anything. But they're okay. So their podcast is called G Wouldn't You Like to Know, and it's GEE, and then Wouldn't You, the letter U, and then Like to Know. It's basically like a play on words for like
It's
GU
on,
because
it's
it's
on
based all
SoundCloud
about.
only. Is it only on SoundCloud?
I think it's only on SoundCloud right
Okay.
now, but so it's all about Gonzaga basketball. So if you're big into Gonzaga basketball and college basketball, tune in. It's actually pretty good. I listened to the first.
I will say,
just released.
I feel like it's gonna be. It would be really hard to come up with an entire podcast just on like one sports team.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
it'd
how
be
often
pretty
they're
tough.
gonna be doing it though, but.
I think it's like once a week. But once the season starts, I mean, they'll have more stuff to talk
What about
about.
the off season? Are they just gonna like go into hiatus for a little while?
Yeah, I guess so. They'll hop onto our
Yeah,
podcast. And then
yeah. They'll create
just have a little-
they'll
little
create
5-minute
another
segment.
podcast. So they have their sports podcast and then their side podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely want to have them on the podcast eventually. We'll try to figure that out. And then
Yeah.
they could just call in too. We could, because I think they both have like microphones. So that'd be kind of fun.
Well, yeah, we
But,
could just do everything online, just on Discord or whatever we're doing.
yeah, we'll discuss it. But then I
Yeah.
also want to go on their podcast really bad, except I know nothing about Gonzaga basketball. So I think it'd be funny if I kind of just
Be like, is that a Morrison
hopped
still on the
on.
team? I have a video
Yeah.
of him on it.
Yeah, I could just tell stories, I guess, because like I have some funny stories of like Adam Morrison, just because he like my family knows him personally.
I know you could tell some of them on here if you wanted to, because I don't think you've talked about that, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I don't know if any of our fans are huge fans of Adam Morrison.
I mean, I'm sure they've at least heard of him.
Basketball player. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, I guess I could talk about. Well, they're really crazy stories. It's basically like how my brother played in a golf tournament with them,
Uh-huh.
and then he rode with him to the tournament, and apparently he just had like this super fucking nice car, and he was like, oh my gosh, like he felt super cool. That's basically like
Well,
how
I
it is.
know-
And then my brother was telling me the story about how Adam Morrison once went to like a poker night at Kobe Bryant's house,
Yeah.
and like Kobe Bryant's daughter came in the room and asked, and like his wife or something, and asked if they could like buy some Girl Scout cookies or something. And Kobe Bryant was like, "Yeah, you guys have to buy some." So he basically forced him to pay like hundreds of dollars for Girl Scout cookies. And Adam Morrison was super pissed because he was like already down a bunch of money that night for poker. So he's like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" So that's the power of Kobe Bryant, I
Yeah.
guess.
It's funny. Adam Morrison came into my work a lot too, so I've seen him quite a bit. He's actually
Yeah,
like a really quiet guy, but he's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell like the way he walks around, it just seems like he doesn't want to be noticed. So like I don't really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he just kind of like he just wants to mind his own business. But he always comes in. He always wears like a Gonzaga sweatshirt and like Lakers track pants. So it's like obviously it's there's no,
I mean,
there's no
Pretty
beating
easy
around the
to
bush
pick
with
in a
this
crowd,
guy.
but he's also like 6'6". I don't know how tall.
Oh,
he
he's
is, but
super
pretty
tall. That reminds me too. Do you know Robert Sacre? He was a Gonzaga basketball player.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he came into Yokes all the not all the time, but a few times too. And he's like a 7-foot monster, and he played with the Lakers as well. And he's like the nicest guy ever. Whenever he came in,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I
pretty.
think he's playing like Hong Kong now or something. Last I heard. Good for him.
And now our podcast is about Gonzaga basketball. So
Yeah.
that's our topic now. No more deep thoughts.
Yeah, that's gonna be our thumbnail. It's just Gonzaga, just their logo.
Their exact logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do that. That'd be
It's
hilarious.
actually a pretty good logo.
I know. Actually, I was pretty happy with the way that looked.
Yeah. Wait, ours or theirs?
Theirs. I was like, oh, that's pretty nice.
Well, because I saw their name and I was like, that is such a mouthful. I was like, how am I gonna
I'm not really
type that in?
The biggest fan of the
Well,
name, but
and I didn't really like know what it meant until I saw the logo and I was like, oh, GU, and I was like, okay, that's
but it's like
better.
I feel like you have to tell somebody the name with the picture, or else they're gonna be like, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're gonna need a lot of social media marketing. Maybe they'll. But yeah, so if you want to check out their podcast, go for it.
When they first told me about it, it's like Mason was like, "Yeah, we created a college basketball / like other sports podcast." I was like, "Is that the name of it? Like, is that just the term?"
Yeah,
rolls off the tongue.
Sports and other sports, specifically college and sometimes professional podcasts.
Pacific Northwest sports, including Gonzaga, Washington State, Washington, Eastern Washington. Just name off like every PNW school.
And then the podcast. That's the title.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about this earlier this weekend, but like, I don't remember exactly what you said, but I was they were bringing up like how LeBron James is always talked about on like social media.
Yes, I was like, that was one of my topics actually.
Oh really? Yeah, I was like, does anybody get like actually mad, like legitimately mad, like if they see a bunch of posts on like one person in sports? I don't really get it.
People get really mad. I mean, I don't get super mad, but I am getting really frustrated with how much they're talking about LeBron. Like, I love LeBron, and like I think he's super fucking good, but they're literally talking about him all the time. There was a post where it was like or like he hit a game tying 3 last night to send the game into overtime, and then they lost like 148 to 145 or some shit, and they were like, 145 points is the most points a LeBron-led team has ever scored in history. And it's like they fucking lost. Like they didn't just completely dominate. I was like, why are they posting this? They're 0-3 right now. Like there shouldn't be this much coverage for an 0-3 team. Like I don't like. At least for LeBron, it makes sense because he's just super good. I just never understood the hype for like Johnny Manziel and why everyone just freaked out about him. I mean, Tim Tebow, I guess, like because it was like religion and all that stuff. But like Johnny Manziel literally didn't ask for any media attention, and he just kind of got it for no reason. It was just weird.
Well, because he was kind of like a party boy, and that was like literally the only reason. Same with like the same reason why I don't get why people hate Lonzo Ball, just because his dad is kind of an idiot.
Yeah,
like people want him
really
to.
Talk about, like,
yeah, I mean, he's kind of like died down, but like I remember everybody was like saying how much they hated him, even though he didn't do anything. It was just his dad being like an idiot. I was like, I don't get it. I mean, when I'm going through Facebook or Instagram or whatever, if I just keep scrolling, like if I see a LeBron post, like it's almost like going out of your way to be mad. I just don't understand, because it's like you're just scrolling through tons of posts. It's not like that one LeBron post is gonna ruin your whole day.
Yeah, I totally get that. I don't know. It's annoying sometimes.
Well, I think what's more annoying than the LeBron post is people commenting on non-LeBron posts saying, "Wait, this isn't a LeBron post."
Yeah, people.
That's more annoying.
In the comments, annoying. I hate it when it's like I see like a post and I see all like I actually want to read the comments just to see like what people think about it, and then the top posts are like this if you love sports. It's just some bullshit like that. It's
like if Katie ruined sports.
Exactly, it's just stupid stuff like that, and that's like the whole top 10 like most likes, because whatever has the most likes goes to the top of the comment section. So I'm just like, well, I guess I'm not gonna see the consensus on what people think about this.
Yeah, but it's just gonna be a bunch of memes, guys, a bunch of funny men.
Funny men.
Yeah.
That should be our podcast, the Funny Men Podcast.
The Deep Funny Men Podcast.
Yeah. I like saying that, Funny Men. It's like
yeah, just spell it like funny and then M-I-N.
Yeah, the Funny Men.
We're on this podcast. We're renaming our podcast.
we're gonna make a traveling improv show called the Funny Men Group. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I kind of wish we posted more on like our other stuff. I say this every single week.
I know. Yeah, we will. And then tomorrow I'm like, oh, that sounds like so much work.
We
Just
barely
like
get a post out on Instagram saying that we have a new episode out.
it's always like 2 days late. But
I'm like, Blake,
but
did you post on Instagram? And you're like, fuck, I'll do it tomorrow.
it's just hard for me. It's not hard. It literally takes like 5 minutes. It's just because I want it. I don't know.
You want the timing right during the day.
Not really that. I'm just super lazy with that. I don't know why. Because I like doing it. Like this is actually something that like I enjoy doing. Like I think it's fun. So I don't know why I just kind of put it off. It's probably some inner mental health problem or something.
Yeah, you should go to the doctor for that, bro.
Why can't I post about my podcast on social media, Doc?
They're like, oh yeah, I've seen this problem many a times. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we should I'll definitely try to post more just Instagram pics of just us, I guess.
Go
I'll
through
try
the
to
scrapbook, go through our yearbook.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'll
There was
go.
one time it was my freshman year of high school, and like every year they do like a questionnaire for the yearbook just to see if like you're interesting enough for like a side panel. And I guess mine got picked one time because I basically just joked my way through a whole panel. And they pulled me out of class one day for like an interview, and they asked me just like a bunch of random questions and like took a picture of me and like make like a funny face or something. And I just like gave a thumbs up and smiled. And that was back when I was like super young and had braces, just like the worst picture of me ever. And they basically took my interview and just changed everything that I said. So it basically was like, totally
I know.
fake.
It's so funny.
They asked me like what my favorite song was, and then they said he replied with this with a yawn. He said, and I'm like, what? And I was like, what? Where did you get that?
Just
from?
made you sound like just so uninterested.
Yeah, no, they made me sound like a douchebag.
Yeah.
They made me sound like
Oh, look at Mr. Cool Guy over here. Give
Yeah.
a thumbs up. Fuck you, Zach.
look like a 10.
Yeah, the yearbook always used like a ton of shitty pictures for me sometimes. I remember there was one where it was for racket sports class, and I honestly didn't care about my personal hygiene until about senior year of high school. So like it was pretty bad. Like I showered and stuff, but like I didn't style my hair, and then like I had multiple racket sports classes in a day, and I would just get fucking drenched in sweat because I just sweat a lot. And so there's one, and like that's also me playing all out like the whole entire period because I was always playing against like the top people.
Of
Not
course.
to toot my own horn here. Yeah.
Because me and you
But,
were
I went
partners a
to
lot when we
EO.
were in the same class.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
But I remember junior year. I think it was junior. I hope it was senior year. But the picture was just so gross. It was just me in this like white. It might have been like a gray shirt. I never wear gray shirts anymore when I work out because I
The gray's the
sweat a lot.
worst color.
Yeah, and so I think it was like a gray shirt, and I had this gross hat on with like like longer hair, and you could like see the bangs like coming down from my hat.
Yeah.
And I was just drenched in sweat, and like my shirt was just like coming off of me because it was just so gross. And I had just gross braces and like my double chin, and I was like with my friend Joel, and I was like as we were like putting up our rackets, and it was just so bad. Oh my gosh, it was like the grossest thing I've ever seen. Vomited. Ugh.
I remember it was like elementary school when I was like on the basketball team, and they made everybody make like a stern looking face, and I just looked so unintimidating. And I'm wearing a shirt that's like the cringiest shirt ever. It's a shirt. It's like a black shirt that says "Awesome ends with me" on it. I'm like holding a basketball, looking like mad at the camera.
I love those middle school shirts where it's like I do all my own stunts, all
Yeah.
those like stuff like that. Gosh,
Or it's
I
like
love that.
like an eye reading test or whatever, and it's like I see stupid people reading my shirt or some shit like that.
Yeah, my uncle every Christmas gets me and my brothers like funny shirts, and sometimes they're actually like really cool, and I always wear them. But then there are other times where it's like when I was in high school and like played hockey, it was like it's hockey season, don't bother me, or it's like I'm ready to fight at all times because I play
You kick
hockey.
anyone in
And I
this
was
room's
like,
ass right now.
Exactly. That's basically how it was. And then I was just like, I'm not gonna wear this to school. Like I felt because like
Bring it to the
I
gym.
love my uncle so much. Yeah, but it's like I'm not gonna wear this to class. So the brace just sitting in my like on my dresser or whatever for the longest time, just sitting in my closet because I'm never gonna wear them. Except my uncle didn't buy me this shirt, but I found this shirt online that said "Stop staring at my cock" with like a shuttlecock.
Oh, I
like,
remember
bad.
that one.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
bought it online, and I wore it to class one day, and just to see the reactions. People loved it, and my PE teacher loved me. So she was like, "What the hell?" She's like, "It's a weird." I was like, yeah. I think I only
It's a
wore it
weird
once.
shirt, but I'll allow it. But
Yeah.
watch
I
yourself
don't
like
think
more.
little John Mulaney.
Yeah.
But I don't think I don't think she said I couldn't wear it anymore. I think
Well,
I just
I
chose
think
not
you
to.
wore it like a bunch of times. I remember, so I doubt it.
Did I?
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe I
at
did.
least I remember.
Seems like me. I remember I just went on a fucking tear in high school to where I just bought a bunch of like shirts that I thought were funny. Like I bought a black sweatshirt that said like Dunder Mifflin Paper Company on it, which I actually really like that sweatshirt. And then I bought
Yeah, I
like
have a
two
shirt
long
with
sleeve
that on it.
shirts. Yeah, I
Yeah,
bought two long sleeve shirts on it. One that said Dwight Schrute's Beats or Schrute Farms Beats,
yeah.
and I was like, okay, cool. And then I bought that, and then my mom found this the other day, and she was like, what the hell? Because she didn't know I bought this. It's like literally just a long sleeve gray T-shirt with just a plastered on picture of Emperor's New Groove, where he's the llama, and he's doing just like a really like a yelling face, and it's literally just that. And I don't know why I bought it, but like it's just sitting in my room, and like my mom was like, "Yeah, I found this Emperor's New Groove shirt in like old containers," and I was like, "I was looking for that," and so
That was my
yeah,
favorite shirt, Bob. Thanks for finding that.
yeah, yeah. So that was a rough time. High
That would
school's
be a really
weird.
cringy shirt. Is like a picture of the Emperor's New Groove in a llama. It's like, oh, you're ruining my groove. That would be like a super cringy shirt to wear around school.
I read that shit. But it's basically at one of those points in high school to where I just wanted to buy shirts that represented my personality and my like inner
So you
child.
pick the Emperor's New Groove.
It's basically just like
Dwight Schrute.
it's like because I was too afraid to like talk to girls about like just about anything. I was too
About
afraid to
beats.
approach them. Exactly. So I was hoping they'd be like, "Oh, I like The Office too," and then they would come up and talk to me. And then one
I
time,
think I'm the only one that likes The Office. I swear.
yeah, jeez,
It's
it's
such an underrated
yeah.
show.
Yeah, just a niche comedy. But so I remember one time I was wearing the the Office sweatshirt, and a girl in my marketing class was like, "Hey, I like that sweatshirt," and I was like, "Oh, thanks." And I just didn't continue the conversation, and I was like, "Well, that went well." This sweatshirt served its purpose, and then I just kind of sat there.
You're
And I
like,
was like,
money
"Man,
well
what a waste
spent.
of money." Yeah,
And then you go on Amazon immediately and reorder another one, just the same sweatshirt.
yeah, exactly. Buy her one.
So you're like
Yeah.
constantly, well, it's hot in here, so you just take the first sweatshirt off just to reveal that there's another sweatshirt of the same thing.
Remind you that this is like the exact same year where I tried to tried to drink Powerade out of a Windex bottle.
For the lulz.
I was basically doing everything just for attention because I couldn't talk.
I think it was a
people.
cry for help.
It was. I'm serious. But it was weird though because I remember after high school, um, this is another kind of funny thing. So I was at Eastern with my friend Teddy, and we were just kind of hanging out. And then this one girl that we knew from high school was like coming over to like his dorm room because like they were friends, and she went to our elementary school. And Teddy was like, "Oh, like have you ever talked to her?" And I was like, "Oh no." And then I remember we were like just sitting in his room, and and then I just started drinking, and like we're all hanging out, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, like you were like so fun in high school, like you were awesome." And I was like, I'd never talked to you, and I was like, and she's like, "Yeah, like you were super cool, like everybody liked you." I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I was like, "No one ever told me this. Like, why did you guys tell me this in high school?" Like, I
Was it
thought
just
everyone
based on the
hated
Twitter? You just did it for the Twitter fame.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, pretty much. But and also another funny thing was like I always bring this up whenever I see her because I still think it's one of the funniest things I've ever done in my life. I don't. No one laughed, but I thought it was so funny.
No
It was
one
in my
laughed.
no, it's just me. But it's in my prep for college math class. We were doing like a it's kind of like a group bonding type thing. Where it's like one of the
So
first
this
days of
is
classes.
when I wasn't in your class because we were in the class for a semester together.
Yeah, I think so. You might have been in it, but it was like two groups of like
Oh,
people.
because I think we had to like assign seats for a little while, and then you could choose later on in the year where you could sit. I think.
Yeah, well, basically, were just playing like this little game to like get to know each other, and basically everybody got in like a circle,
Mhm.
and then you wrote down like a name and a hat and just like any name, and then we'd put it in, and then everyone would put their things in, and then you draw one and say the name, and you try to guess who it was. And so
Oh,
the
I
first
remember.
round
I think
put
I was
John.
totally in this class. Yeah, I was totally.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think you're because we had two groups, we had two circles, and I think
Yeah,
you're in the
yeah.
other circle
Yeah.
after that. So the first name I put down was John Stamos, just because I love John Stamos, and I thought that it's kind of funny, and so I did that, and then they didn't guess me, or they might have guessed me actually, surprisingly, and so I put John Stamos, and then the next round I put Uncle Jesse from Full House. That was the funniest shit ever. Oh my gosh, I was just dying laughing, and they were like, "I'm guessing this is Blake," and I was like, "Yep." It was
I don't
gosh.
remember how that game worked. Did you have to
So,
like guess hints about like what movies this person was in or something?
and then you just wrote down like a name, and then you'd like say it to the group, and then you'd have to guess who wrote it down. It's kind of
Oh,
stupid.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of a stupid
But,
game.
yeah, and I remember whenever we played Kahoot, for some reason, everyone would put their team name as like Blake or something.
Oh yeah, Blake with a
And then,
different emoji all the time.
yeah,
And
I
then
thought it was
then I
like
remember when everyone did
pretty
that. One time you
flattering.
made our team name I Hate You All.
Yeah, yeah, that's fun. Yeah, that was an interesting
I remember you
class.
told me like I
It's really
hate
weird.
this so much.
Yeah, it's one of those things because like in my head I was like, oh, that's nice. Like maybe they like me or something, which like they probably just like like I don't know, they probably did, I guess. I don't know, but it was always funny because like I remember popular kids would kind of like talk to me and just like try to get me to say stuff, and like I didn't really
Try to
understand.
get you to
But
say
it's like,
stuff.
well, it's just like I remember like one of the popular kids. I'm not gonna name drop him. He's actually a pretty cool guy, I guess. But like it was in class, and we're eating pizza, and he's like just across the room. He's like, Blake, how's this pizza? And I was like, it's pretty cheesy. And they're like, "Hell yeah." Like they all started laughing. I was like, oh, okay,
Say
thanks.
the line, Bart.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
I don't know. It was always just one of those things where like I always hated that when like popular kids would just put like kind of the quiet kid on the spot just to like
Oh yeah, kind of like rustle his jimmies a little bit.
yeah, not really like I don't know if it was like to make fun of them or just like just kind of yeah
Yeah,
do
I
it
get
for
what you're
the
talking about. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I'm just like, okay,
But then I had my
why are you
Twitter,
doing
and then
this?
I just yeah. Then I made my Twitter, and then everything got better. I remember one time, a couple years, or I think it was like last year or something, or it was either last year or 2 years ago. But I was at some party back in Spokane that I went with my friend Matt that he took me to, and there's a bunch of like, it was weird. It was like our class, some underclassmen, that like a year younger than us, and people that are a year older than us. Like it was just a bunch of, it was like a bonfire type thing.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of stupid, but I remember this one kid that was like a year younger than us, who like I'd never talked to, came up to me and like he was drinking. He was just like, he's like, oh my gosh, like you're Blake's 31 Flavors, and I was like, yep, that's me. And he was like, dude, I love your Twitter. I was like, thanks, man. And like for some reason, like I always wanted that to happen to me, but in that moment, I was like, this is the one kid I would not want to come up to me and say that. Like
Oh
this
really?
kid did. Like he was fine. I was just
Yeah.
in a mood where I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm in college and these are seniors in high school. Like why am I here? Because it was just like I don't know. It was a bunch
Dude,
of
you're a
people that I just
legend
didn't
back home.
like. Yeah, back at the Mets though.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good time.
Yeah, that's gonna be like us. We're like, are you the guy from the Deep Dots podcast? Or we're gonna be like, no, that's some other guy.
Yeah,
What's that?
yeah,
Whatever it is, it
I don't know, we
sounds
could
stupid.
yeah. Fuck that shit. Who does podcasts anymore?
That's probably like the widest thing I've ever done though is make a podcast. I want to be like one of those cringy guys to where they do like one thing creative and they just put in their bio on Instagram like if I put in my bio CEO of the Deep Thoughts podcast or something like that, like something that they don't actually
Yeah.
have registered as like a business, but they just say that they're a CEO just to sound like they're different or something.
Yeah.
Co-founder and
It'd be kinda funny. A lot
CEO
more.
of the Deep Thoughts podcast.
I remember one time, this was like a month ago, I made a tweet about I was like, yeah, like sometimes whenever a restaurant gives me like a cloth napkin, I always throw it on my empty plate when I'm done, like I'm throwing in the towel of like a welterweight fight,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's the widest thing that I do. And then our good friend Mason, he replied to that, and he's like, you made a whole blog reviewing Disney Channel original movies. That is the widest thing anyone has ever done. And I was like, that's a good
You're
point.
not wrong.
Got me there.
No, it's like I'm over that now. I don't post Disney Channel reviews anymore. I just host a podcast instead.
Yeah,
Where I talk about
moved on.
Cheaper by the Dozen for 2 minutes
No, I just review them in real time. I review Disney
in real
Channel.
time.
Like a good one, zombies.
I feel like that would be fun, like to do like a live stream of us just like talking over like a movie or something if we were allowed to stream it.
I know we need to. I
You can't
want
really
to
do that because I remember I heard one point. I think it was like a different thing that I was listening to where like they were wondering if you could do it with like royalty free movies where like their rights
Well,
got
you
messed
can
up.
show like well, there's YouTube videos called Cinema Sins and Cinema Wins. I like Cinema Wins.
Yeah, but
because
it doesn't
it's
show like the
fucking
entire
awesome.
movie. It just shows like
But
little
it shows like
clips.
actual real life clips and stuff though. Like I wanna like I don't know how they can use like how do they
Because
use
it's
that? Do
considered
they
fair use, I think, because they're just
but how
taking
do they
little
get that
clips.
footage? How do they like edit it onto their thing? Do they just like screenshot record their screen or something? Like I don't understand how they get that. I just don't understand video editing at all. That's my
Unless they
biggest
like
problem.
somehow download like a file of the movie and then just take chunks out of it and just like splice it into their video.
Yeah, I guess maybe there is a way to do that. I really want to just make some YouTube videos, but I don't have
I
any.
really wish I was good at editing. I feel like it'd just be so
I
fun.
know. Because there's some just really good ones where I think it'd be just fun to make.
Yeah, like half the time watching a YouTube video, I'm just like, how did they even do that? Like,
Yeah,
how do you
exactly.
get this thing to like move around like that on a screen for like a few seconds? I don't know.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It gives me a stomach ache.
Just thinking about it because like it's like where do you even jump in? Because you can't like watch like a tutorial because they're just gonna teach you the basics. Like you pretty much just have to like mess around with it for a while and hope that you get better.
Yeah, it's pretty much all just practice, but yeah, I don't know. At least vlogs are easy. We need to make a vlog sometime, Zach.
Yeah, just no editing.
Right.
That's what I like.
Yeah, just get a vlog of us going to like the Wingstop and just setting up the just my phone just like on a cup and
Recording a
just
podcast with the
us
Wingstop.
well not even a podcast, just us just eating in silence. That
Oh
would be
yeah.
kind of funny.
Be like, oh, the game's
Like
on.
kind of.
How about that? How about those
Yeah.
Lakers?
I won 3. Look at him. Yeah,
God, I hate
Hmm.
LeBron.
yeah. Fuck him. He just needs to shut up and dribble.
He's probably the worst basketball player to ever live. I think.
Yeah, I concur.
Not even top 400.
He wouldn't make it on our high school team.
Yeah, seriously, scrub. I always hate that when people are just like hating on greatness all the time and they just can't stand it.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Got any other topics? Because that's all I had. Oh, here's a fun story. I'm officially an uncle now.
Oh yeah,
Did you even know that?
congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I did see something about that.
Yeah, so my
What's the
oldest
name of
brother Bobby
the kiddo?
and my little nephew, his name's Barrett.
Nice.
Keeping the B names because they're old. A lot of our family is B, and so yeah, so little Barrett Russell, his middle name. And
Oh, that was like
say
he
his
had a
last
different last name.
no. But gotta keep his last name private. It's not the same as mine. Don't think about it. But so yeah, so he's just a little guy. He's super cute. Bobby, my brother, the father of the child, always sends me pictures of him. Gosh, and now he's my background on my phone. He's so adorable.
Nice.
I love him more than my own kids. Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
I know. Well, kind of a life update for me too. I'm like close to becoming a certified tech in the USA for pharmacies. I got a
Really?
national
What's
exam
that?
on Monday, so I'm like studying a lot for that.
Oh shit.
But I get
Well,
like if I pass, I get like a $6 an hour raise, so that'll be nice.
Oh fuck yeah. Jeez. I'm freaking loaded.
Yeah,
I
which
wish
is
I
gonna be
got
nice
paid.
because I make like
Yeah.
nothing right now, so it's not like I'm gonna be like a millionaire or anything, but it'll be super nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, don't you like you're saving up a ton of money though. I mean, you don't really make a ton of big purchases.
Yeah,
When you
not
buy, like,
really. But I mean,
video
like
games,
you know what I mean. It's not like I'm rolling in it or anything.
Oh, well, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people aren't at this age. So, yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm like the
Yeah.
youngest guy in the
Mhm.
entire pharmacy in the company
Really?
because I'm pretty sure like the next youngest person that's in the company for the pharmacy is like 23.
Jeez.
You know,
Like a
like,
prodigy.
Yeah. Someday I'll be the CEO.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Your 21st birthday's coming up, Zach. Are you excited?
Oh yeah. I don't
You're
know
funny.
what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna not remember it.
First drink of alcohol. Yeah.
And it's funny because Sean's coming back for like Christmas break, and me, him, and the other Sean that live here have all taken like a week and a half off. So I have like from my 21st birthday to like December 18th. So I have like 10 days off. So it's just gonna be madness for 10 days.
You go fucking wild.
I know,
I
and I
wish I
don't
was-
even have to care.
Sucks. Yeah.
I'm so looking
Yeah,
forward
we'll
to it.
figure out something. Yeah. It'll be a good time.
Yeah, it's on a Saturday too, which works out nice.
Oh, really? Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Well, I think we can probably wrap this up. We've been going almost an hour, so
All right. Sounds good to me. Okay,
Oh, bye.
thanks for listening. Yeah, hold on. Thanks for listening to the Deep Thoughts podcast, aka the Lonely Boys podcast. I'm gonna say that from now on because I like the Lonely Boys podcast.
Or Funnyman.
Yeah, the Funnyman podcast. Gosh, I love saying that. And so, yeah, it's the end of episode 12. Thank you for listening. We love all you
Hopefully,
guys.
we're still alive for 13.
Jeez. I'm gonna be worried about my safety for the next 2.5 weeks.
Yeah,
But maybe, oh gosh, maybe we'll have one this weekend. Maybe we'll have a little quickie.
little bonus episode. Bonus episode number
Yeah,
2.
a little bonus episode. We have a fucking guest, dude. We haven't had a guest in a long time. We're running out of stuff to talk about. I've told like every fucking story in my entire life. I can't think of anything else. I guess
I'll have to unlock my regressed memories or something. Go to a therapist.
Yeah,
To
I
come
guess
up with
so.
podcast ideas.
Yeah, really deep thoughts. Jeez.
Yeah, yeah. It comes full circle.
Yeah, I guess so. We haven't talked about
then
any
once
thoughts.
that ends, we'll have to change our name.
Yeah. The boring boys.
Yeah, well, that's a great ad. Tune
Yeah.
in to the Boring Boys podcast where we talk
This
about just
podcast
random
sucks.
shit.
Yeah. Shit podcast. All right, well we're kind of just monologuing now. But thank you for listening and have a good rest of your night.
Stay
And
safe
sleep
out there,
tight.
fellas.
And we are gonna high five from across the phones.
Yep.
I feel really we're clapping, but you know, gotta do what
It's
we
a
gotta
self
do.
high five.
Yeah. So you ready to stop the recording, Zach?
Yep, yep.
All right. See you guys.